I also wanted to say was that when I first ran for office in this city, normally every election before I decided to run, I would get mailers to my home all the time. You know, mailers with people who are running. I looked at everything. Some people I didn't even look up. I just voted, right? But I never seen any elections mail that was more hateful than the elections mail that I got in my mailbox during the last election. And what I mean is the one piece of hit mail that I got that really made me disgusted was a 2-pager with women's faces plastered all over it, calling Lamar Thorpe, who was running for mayor, who I didn't know, I didn't have a relationship with. I don't even think we liked each other.
No.
He didn't support me when I ran, right? And even when I was elected, we still didn't like each other. And we don't agree on everything. I hope that, you know, one day we'll be friends. But what was very disturbing was he was called a sexual predator, a deadbeat father, all of these things. And when I saw that, I knew to myself, whether individuals believe I have a moral compass or not, because I like to use a few thousand curse words, what I would never do is plaster a man's face, especially a black man's face, on hit pieces that call him a deadbeat father and a rapist and a sexual predator, because that is what black men have had to struggle with in this country for years. And it is unacceptable. And I hope that we get facts. I hope we know what we're talking about when we start to accuse people of these things, because you could also be putting an individual's life at risk. I also want to read something that I received from Pat Young. It says, "Dear members of the City Council, last night I had a conversation with your city attorney regarding Council Member Lori Orgachuk. An hour or so after our conversation, I was made aware of an article posted on East County Today about Councilmember Orgachuk. After legal consultation, I issued the following statement to East County Today and wanted to inform everybody. As a former chair of the Los Madonnas Community Health District, I find Councilmember Lori Orgachuk's comments both irresponsible and highly inappropriate. I can state unequivocally that Councilmember Orgachuk has zero understanding of what she is talking about. Having worked closely with Mr. Thorpe for over 3 years, I feel fortunate that he was at the helm navigating our agency through some turbulent times. Councilmember Orgachuk is desperate for political wins, and this is not the way to do it." And that came from somebody who worked with this man. And no matter how we feel about each other personally, if you're going to accuse somebody of one being drunk with a minor in a car, you better have proof. If you're going to accuse a man of sexually harassing or assaulting women, you better have proof, because it is not okay, it is not acceptable, and this is not what we should be doing in this community. And I really hope that at some point we can not just do political business as usual and start using humanistic approaches, because I just feel like this is going to get out of control really fast. And I don't think he's a deadbeat father. I've never seen the way I see him interact with his daughter and all the young people who are around him. I wouldn't mind leaving my son with him or my granddaughter. And if I thought that he was a sexual predator, being a woman who have experienced domestic violence, who have family members who are women, who have experienced sexual assault, with family members who are a part of the LGBTQIA+ community and trans community who have experienced abuse and also sexual assault, I don't think that this man should be held publicly in court for doing these things when you don't have proof. It's just unacceptable.